Alright. How are you guys doing? How are you guys?
Can I just say one thing?
What's up, Dubs?
Yeah. Look how Butler's sitting.
Butler, you look like you have to go take a piss at yourself.
Butler, you okay over there? You okay over there?
You okay? You need to go to the restroom, buddy? Hey, maybe I do.
Did you take Plan B this morning?
Alright. Let's get this thing kind of started. I just want to talk about a couple things. First off, this is the first episode. We have nothing really big to talk about because we're not a big fucking deal. Brother, why are you changing your fucking outfits, bro? How are you doing that? Like switch back to your ball on the budget. Switch back to your ball on the budget. We all gotta look normal. You look nothing normal. First things first. I want to start with just the three of you guys. Actually the four of us. How did we all like come together? How do we become the four amigos, the Captain Crunch, the Crunchberry? I have no idea how to make it, but how do we become Reese's Puffs or the Legendz? That's what we're called. Yeah, that's what we call ourselves. How do we become the Legendz? If anybody wants to take the first shot at it, like.
Dan.
Why did you just say Sam?
Okay, first and foremost, I'm not getting referred to as in a cereal brand. I am not Captain Crunch. I don't feel comfortable, but you know what? Did you just call me Captain? Did you just call me Reese's Puffs? Anyways.
But like, I'm serious though. How did what clicked for us to actually be friends?
I think what clicked for us to be friends, and one of the most funniest things about when we first met was, well, like I said, before I met everybody in here, like I didn't really have much of a friend-based group to play with. So like, when I first had gotten my PlayStation 4 and had gotten GTA or whatever. We kind of just shot off the rocket. So basically, like how people like getting PlayStation 4 friends and stuff. They don't like playing by themselves because that's boring and that's not casual. That's just too casual for us players. So I mean, I just shot online, gave him my shot, and that's when I met an old friend of ours. Now, kind of not really old friend now, sort of. I don't know how to really assess it. We just kind of met up from there. I mean, now after the fact of that, I think we just, as we continued to play together, I think we grew that bondship more and more and kind of shot off from the rest of the group that we had. And, bringing in a guy from all the way across the country, I think that really integrated our friendship because we got we're just all part of the
different background.
Special ed group. That's what I like to call it. All special ed. We all were sitting in the same classroom.
Aaron was the teacher.
I kind of feel that like the same way, like being only like not having a PS4 of my own. My cousin had a PS4 way before me. Even though I met Butler back on PS3, and we're 2020, and we met back in like 2014, 13. It is somewhere around that time. And then I actually played PS4 with Butler, and then we were just in. Weren't we in game chat? We weren't even in game chat. We were in a party. We were just playing around on GTA, and Dubs had we met Dubs.
How did I meet you?
We met you. We were doing a car show. We were planning a car show, and we were just messaging everybody in the lobby at that time to come bring your best car. I think it was over there at Maze Bank. I think it was over by Maze Bank, and we were just messaging everybody. I don't think Sam was on at that time because he was at work. But then, like later on the next day, I don't think I friended you. The other person that we won't speak of, sent you a friend request, and then like we just kind of hit it off from there, and then I invited San one time to come play with us, with me and Butler, and we saw you were on GTA, and I was like, hey, this dude's kind of cool. We invited you. You had no idea that you were gonna sound like a freaking duck on heroin. We had no idea you were gonna be like a freaking duck on heroin. I'm not live. I just started recording it.
Oh, you're recording it.
I'm recording it. Gotta add the edits later on. Honestly, the way we met is just like a weird story to talk about. It's like I know how I met Butler. I know how I met San. Me and San never really liked each other in the beginning because he's light skinned. Choose a freaking side, San. Fuck. But to be really honest, like, what's one thing you could say? What's one thing nice? What's one thing not mean, but one thing that another person could work on? We'll start with you, Butler. What's one thing nice you could say about, we'll say, Dubs? What's one thing you could say nice about Dubs, and what's something he could possibly like try to do or could work on? It was like
I have to gas up a pedophile now. Oh god, man.
You dick
You know what? I hate gassing up pedophiles, but you know what? I'm gonna
fucking kill you.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, you know, well, there's not really not much to say that, I mean, other than the 6 a.m. calls every fucking morning, but you know, just being there for each other and whatnot, because like even though we're like brothers from another mother, come from like opposite side of the fucking world, hey, let me tell you something. We've been through the same shit. It's like you can't get no different other than what Aaron and I have gone through. And then just what's the other part of the deal, Dorian? To say something? What? You
said something nice already. Is that what you said?
Yes. Yes.
Say something that he could possibly work on or try. He should try to do.
Not call me at 6 in the fucking morning.
Streamlabs professionally.
Well,
alright.
I'm joking on that part, but if there's one thing he could work on, I mean, you know, shit. I mean, we're not all perfect, so I really don't know.
Exactly.
If you can't think of anything, it's whatever.
Well, I can't really think of anything at this time. So.
Alright, if you think of something, you can say it or just don't say it. Sin! Let's go to you. What's one thing you could say? What's one thing, you've been pretty quiet over there. What's one thing you could say? What's one thing nice you could say about, we'll go Butler. What's one thing nice you could say about Butler?
Okay, listen. One thing I can say nice about Butler. Butler has this. He can be like very, very funny at times. I mean, just his laughs, just there's nothing that can beat his laugh. Like it really like throws people off. Like how his laugh literally sounds like a referee taking a timeout in the middle of the game.
Hey, let me tell y'all something. Hey, this man ain't wrong, bro. I saw like a fucking whistle, no lie.
And you know, like I grew, you know, more of like a brotherhood with, you know, everyone in here. especially Butler, since the entire incident. Well, not really. I guess it's a starting point for Butler's real outside of PlayStation life. Being able to get him from a situation that he was stuck in, and being able to get him out here to do better for his life in the future. Give him a head start. So I mean, that's one thing, I guess, outside of him being, outside of
he's
being
come a
good.
long way, innit?
Yeah, it's came a long way. There's
Okay.
so much.
Keep in mind, people who end up watching this, I'm only literally a couple feet away from them, so...
He's a door.
Except for me, I'm on
He's like a door and a half. You're like 3,000 miles away from us. I don't want to hear you.
Alright, before we continue on, this in-game podcast is brought to you by social distancing. Social distancing is something that we're trying all over the country, trying to keep 6 feet away from people at all times. Try to stay in your own little bubble in these tough times in the COVID-19 crisis. If you guys want to learn more about social distancing, please do not contact me at all.
But do check out the CDC website.
Please do check out the CDC. It will probably be in the description below. Alright, one thing nice, I'll come to myself. One thing.
Wait, time out. You went off board. You said one thing nice. Say one thing nice about Butler, and then you said something that he could work on.
If you want to, I mean, Butler
there
didn't.
is something that he could work on.
Alright, go ahead.
The thing that I say that you could work on and improve better in is stop being so loud. You're so loud, and I don't think you hear yourself more than actually you say you do.
And I think Aaron's choking on a cough over there.
Yes, he is.
PG.
Just being loud. Like, I mean, at times it could be very, very great, but then at other times, like, it's kind of mad. Like, it's not annoying, but it's like, you can't be mad at us for telling you to calm down, like, be quiet, because people are doing other things, like. But I mean, at the same time, you're very agreeable with, like, you can sit down in a situation and I can talk to you about something and we be on the same level without having to escalate it to an argument.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's one thing.
And Butler, do you respect his opinion? Do you respect what he said?
Man, as a brother and a G, a best friend of mine, hell to the yeah.
Alright. To myself, the one thing I could say, who do I want to say nice? One thing nice about. I haven't, since it's on me.
You want to say something nice about me?
I'll come to you. I'll come to you second to last. Butler's gonna be the last one. I'll start with Dubs. One thing I could say about Dubs from the moment like we've met is that like his
He's retarded.
I'm gonna get your dick.
We respect the LGBT community.
Basically, we totally do. One thing I could say about Dubs is like the way he can bring like laughter to anything we do, whether it's like us playing GTA.
For example, okay, let me go ahead and give an example of what he's talking about, people. So one day we're all just getting ready to hop on Rocket League, and he's like, hey, he's like freaking, he's like, hey Alexa, what's your name, cuz? I'm like, dude, we all just start bursting out laughing. No lie. I have videos
He said, yeah, Alexa, just the way he can bring, the way he brings laughter and just brings a smile to every situation that we do, just is like all you could basically ask for in like a friend that you are playing online with. Like if their whole thing is to have fun and just make you laugh, that's Dubs. Like Dubs is that like whole package. Like laughter, and then like below the waist is just below the waist is just all homosexual, all homosexual. Below the waist is all homosexual. But other than that, that's like that just makes like you laugh. The thing he could try from me. Damn, there's a lot. I mean, the competitiveness, I could see why. Like, I would say not being less competitive when it comes to like us just trying to just play a game. Like when we do like if we're doing like, I don't know, we're doing a custom game. We're doing a custom game in Fortnite or some other game. Let's try not to be like so competitive where it's just like you winning or like someone else winning.
Be less,
just
be less like pro.
Yeah, be less pro. Like I play games, but I'm not gonna be like I'm gonna go off like this is for $10 million type of shit.
Yeah.
Other than that, like everything else, like you're spot on. It's always fun to play with you. Alright, who are we on to next? Butler, back to you.
Wait, you gonna leave me for? Okay, alright.
No, didn't you already say? Didn't you already say something nice about somebody?
No, I said something. You said say one thing nice about Butler. Okay, so we went from Butler saying one thing nice about Aaron. I said one thing nice about Butler.
I said one thing
nice about Dub.
We haven't done Aaron.
Oh,
yet.
so it's Dubs. It's Dubs saying one thing nice about somebody.
Guys, I'm white. I'm not allowed.
Say.
I'm white. I'm out.
Aaron, say something nice about me and something that I can work on.
Let's go, Dubs.
Okay, well, I like how you're black.
Alright. I'll see you guys at the next podcast.
I'm just serious. Go.
Oh no! Children! I do not.
Look away from the screen, guys.
I condone this / don't condone it if you're under 18.
I don't know what they're talking about. I just blocked that out.
Alright, listen, alright, son. Wait, so what do I gotta say? Like something good?
One thing nice and one thing they could work on.
One thing you can work on, yeah.
Okay, well, okay. Okay, Virgil, something nice. Okay. I like the way he's just a really, really good friend. He's very, very good at giving, like, say for example, like when I'm sometimes down and when Butler's always sometimes down and Dorian's sometimes down, he's always there for everyone, like literally. He's a good person. Like he will help you for whatever you need. Yeah, that's kind of it for the good part.
Wow, he didn't even mention how funny I am, how we do weird noises together. He doesn't mention any of these things. I would have mentioned all the things that we've done, like our retarded ass.
Hey, listen,
oh my god. Our retarded freaking voices or noises that we do when we play certain games.
Okay, well, you're good at fucking like what's it? Fucking Elmo and all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, you get that voice actor.
Alright. I'll take your compliment, Doug.
Alright, what's one thing you could work on?
Be not black.
Oh.
Time to go again. Aaron, thank you for the podcast, talk.
No problem, bro.
Break, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you.
Come back.
No. I don't want to be next to the man that keeps saying that I can't be black.
What's one thing you can work on? Wait till he sits back down.
Okay. One thing
My ethnicity does not count, Doug.
Yeah.
I could tell you to stop being Greek, but you can't.
Exactly.
Alright. One thing he can work on is literally.
If you don't have anything, you don't have to say anything.
Literally nothing he can work on.
If you don't have anything, you can't really think anything.
He's cool. I haven't got nothing. Yeah, he's cool.
Alright, moving on.
One thing personally, one thing I could say that from I think what Dub's perspective of what thing I could work on is trying to get back into YouTube. That's probably one thing.
Yeah.
Hey.
But anyways, I mean, you know, like
That
I said,
he could try. He could try.
Yeah,
That's a side job. That's a side job. All right, we're moving on. We have a short amount of time. I'm joking. Who else wants to go? Or are we gonna stop right there? Does anybody else have anything else?
No. I want to talk
Go ahead.
about you. You're next.
Alright.
One thing nice I have to say about you is that you're literally a step behind Kevin Hart of the funny, being super funny. Like, everybody in this group is funny, but listen, if you not have heard Dorian during his, like, if you ever came into a party chat with Forrest, like, it's it can be very odd in the morning. Like, he'll stretch and it'll sound like somebody is literally about to get stabbed in the heart multiple 7 to 8 times and screaming, and then he does this little leg shake when he wakes up in the morning, and it's like a normal thing for him. And then he can also put on a show when it comes to certain video games, like when it comes to heists, you know, there's a video out there and that the radio got involved with, and let's say some unexpected things were said out of my mouth to the point where I almost lost my PlayStation 4.
Chris, you want a PlayStation?
In all seriousness, he's very funny. He's a very caring person. He steps up to the plate when we need him to. I mean, like, he's all around. He's an all around, like, all-star. He's basically, in my eyes, everybody here's a leader, and he's just like the leader of, like, funniness. Like, he might say that I'm the funniest here, and I'll argue back and forth with him with why I'm not the funniest and he is, and so, like, we just sit there and continue to debate. But like I say, he's like one of my brothers from the other side, and unfortunately these two guys, you know, the Butler and Aaron are, you know, white, but we're not gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that ethnicity out of there. But, you know, he's like a brother from another mother, and I love him dearly. But one thing that I think he could improve on.
Damn, I was gonna tear up, but when he said one thing, I'm joking. Are you saying one thing I could work on?
I guess one thing, if anything, you could really work on is, like, dang, this is a hard one, because I have one for Dubs. I know what Dubs could work on. I definitely know what Butler could work on. But you, it's kind of tough because I don't really, I guess we talk a lot, but, like, at the same time, we have other things that go on in our lives except for out of video games.
No. But if you really, the only thing I honestly think if I think about it in your guys' eyes, the one thing I could try to work on is being is. Fuck you. One thing I can work
silencing when you're mad. Like, don't be silenced when you're mad. Like, talk to us. Like, we want to know what's going on. Like, why are you mad? And, like, we don't care that you rage either. Like, bro, do you not hear Butler and Aaron when they're raging? It's bad. So when you rage, like, just let it out, dog. You hear how I rage. You've seen it. We have a video that he could take a clip out of if he wants to, and, you know, he'll show it right now, and then, you know, go ahead and edit that part with the clip.
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
You know, like, that clip right there just shows how much we can go from a tolerance level. So, I mean, just, like, be real with us. Like, we want to be able to make your life not living hell, but we want to make sure we get the funny moments out of your life so we can look back when you get married, and we can throw this video into your marriage thing and show people how much of an idiot we are. You know, all of us being goofy and dumb, taking clips from old things and showing you like the way of life. I mean, it's just really cool, and honestly, it's my, you know, it's my pleasure to be, you know, you guys' friend. Like, it's like, you know, like I
It's
don't wanna be
crazy.
so
It's
good at
it, bro. If you really think about it, like if you sit down with, think just visualize. For the people who are viewing this, visualize this. You're waking up one morning to get online, brand new PlayStation, new games, new ways of trying to make content and have fun. You pop into this game right here that we're on, Grand Theft Auto 5, and find 3 friends that have so much you could have so much in common with, but literally rarely talk. Like we didn't talk at all. We rarely talked when we first met. Like we didn't say much on the mic, but we broke the ice just by Dubs saying some gay shit. Broke the ice of us realizing this dude's a homosexual and wants Butler's brother. San
Basically,
yeah.
San raging, San just randomly saying something on the mic that can make some sense and little sense or no sense at all. Breaks the ice of like this dude is retarded, but it's funny. And then Butler, but if you come into like our party or in game chat and hear just, come on, man, it's gonna be Butler. If you just hear,
It's a good morning when no one's raging, but when somebody's raging, oh, it's already a bad morning. It's already
if someone's raging, best believe, it's not a good morning, and we're probably on a different game, just trying to make ourselves laugh.
I mean, I remember one time I popped into the party, and I think it was Dubs and Butler. They were on Fortnite, and as soon as I popped into the party, all I see is Fortnite go away, and they get straight onto GTA Online. And I'm sitting there like, oh, Fortnite must have made you guys take a good morning, and so that, and then I mean, in Butler's case, like you think about it, Butler is a little off the edge sometimes. Like he could be a pushover at times, but I mean, like it's funny because like the things he says. So like, you know, like one of the times we were talking about I know for 30 days, how much money do you need to give that shit picture, and he just blurted out 15 days. That's $1. I knew it was gonna pop up eventually. I knew it.
Oh my god, man.
I mean, it's just so hilarious, and the things Dubs says, oh my gosh, don't get me started.
That's on another level.
Dubs is on a different level when it comes to what he says.
I don't know what level of like what filter you use during the day. I don't know if like you actually talk the way you talk in real life versus outside of the gaming life. Well, I swear, if your mom heard half the gay things you said, she probably come to realize that you're homo. You're bisexual.
You're pretty homo.
Which is not wrong. Which is not. Let me clarify this in the video. It's not wrong to love who you love, man or woman, whatever you want to be in life. 100% behind you. And this is not just for Dubs, this is for everyone, and people even who's gonna watch this video. It's okay to be who you are in society, and just, you know, when you love someone, regardless of, you know, your gender on the opposite, or they're opposing opposite gender, and you like the same gender, that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So I just want to make that clarification that we fully support the LGBT community. We do not.
Let me go on. Add on to that, bruh. If someone questions you on your shit, tell them, hey, if you don't like it, get the fuck away from me. Let me be me.
Or if so, just tell them it's how you want to be. You are who you want to be. If they don't like it, if you don't like it, they can kiss your ass because.
And one thing to always remember is life is short. Don't waste a day standing there and letting social media or people who are around you choose differently, you know, be the ones who aren't they're either behind you or not. This is all about you. Your life is so precious. Like we as people tend to forget that life can be very, very taken away from us at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so short, and just make sure that you take life a day at a time and make it the best day you can ever make it. Yeah, it's not always going to be, you know, butterflies and sunshine, but just kind of work through it, like, you know, work through the rainy days and the storm clouds, because it's really, I'm not kidding you, life is short. And I can tell you a personal story about why I say life is short, and
we could talk about for another one. I was gonna say the same thing. We'll talk about that next episode, possibly, or the third one. We'll talk about this is basically what we are. We're four friends that like we're a puzzle that is retardedly fitting. Somehow the pieces are fitting,
and somehow Aaron's chromosomes fit together in our chromosomes, and I don't know how we did it.
I don't know how this works, but it works.
And there's first of all, we're not making fun of people that have Down syndrome because of the chromosomes. We just say stupid things that, like, to each other, but we're not trying to make fun of anybody that has a disability either. We just, like I said, we're just like normal human beings. We like making fun of stuff, but we don't mean what we say. We just say dumb stuff to just make it sound funny. But, I mean, it's not funny to.
That brings me to what I was gonna say next. One thing that I was gonna say that I'm pretty sure all you guys say you see for me, and I could work on it. I have to filter what I say, or what I text. Like I don't have a filter what I text. I just write it out.
You know what? And I don't think it's an issue. You know, I'm sorry for budgeting in front of you.
No, you're good. Go ahead. It's a podcast.
It's literally, I know, but like you don't want to budge into what someone's saying.
Yeah,
I
know.
I personally just feel like that your texts aren't aren't trying to be rude as they sound.
No,
and yeah, because Butler doesn't have that same issue, but like there was a couple times where Butler asked me to do something for him, but in a way it sounded like he demanding it to happen, and I know that he's not. But I mean, just sometimes it could be very, very stressful, like especially when we're having a bad day, and then like you come in the group chat and say something out of line. Like we might take it out of proportion, and then we end up eventually getting more upset by the day. I mean, like, yeah, you could filter it, but don't always think about it as we take it as serious as possible. Like, just sometimes it just can be a little bit overboard with sometimes things you say. Like, we're not gonna mention the things you say in the group chat because that's
my life just came on.
Other people that are in there. But yeah, it's very. That's one thing you could. I say, yeah, you're right. I give you 100% credibility to what you're saying.
Yeah. If you guys want to, what's up, brother? Go ahead.
We're going to add on to that. Like, I mean, back to what Sam was saying. We've all had our bad days. You know what I mean? It's a tough one out there, man. Everyone's gonna have a bad day, so I wouldn't just.
Like I said, life is just not always about sunshine and rainbows. It's literally everybody's gonna have their dark, stormy, rainy days, and it's not. You can make it how you want it. You make your day how you want it to be. You can end your day. I say don't ever end your day going to bed mad, because it can really affect your mental status if you continuously go to bed mad or sad or depressed. Like, if you need to reach out to someone, please do not hesitate to reach out to a close family member, friend, teachers, like, after this coronavirus is done, reach out to someone, because we all care about your safety, or we as us four.
If you guys, that brings me, sorry for budging in, sorry about that. That brings me to that. If you guys ever need just like someone to talk to don't hesitate, but don't be I don't know the word. I don't know the word. I don't know, but like don't be closed into your own like bubble. Open up. We have social media. Just don't spam us. We're more than welcome to listen to what you have to say. We're more than welcome to listen to what you have to say. If you need anybody to talk to, don't hesitate. Our DMs are open.
I'll give Forrest my gaming email. So like, if I see your email and you pop an email into me, I can look at your email that you send me, and I'll send you one back as soon as I can get to it. Because it's really
everybody's information, their gaming, Instagrams, Twitters, emails will be in the description below. But like we said, don't hesitate. We'll talk to you. We are not going to be scared to talk to you guys. We are always open to new conversations, always open to new people, always open to just talking. On that note, let's talk about this. As 4 people who grew up, what did you guys? Starting with Dubs, what did you grow up? You watched YouTube while you were little, right?
What do you mean?
Like,
did you watch
growing up? You watched YouTube while growing up, right?
As you grew up from my.
What YouTube channels did you tune into, or just like kind of watched growing up or still watch today?
I watched like KYR, Speedy, Vanos and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And just trolling people on Call of Duty.
How about you, son?
Okay, yeah, I grew up watching YouTube. I actually favored, that was like my go-to thing, like before I played video games, like I used to look up like people, like how-to videos and stuff like that, because as a kid you're just like, oh yeah, let me see how you can defeat this level without having to do this and this and this. Like, there's a shortcut to every game. But one of my big, I guess, really my 2 favorite, people that I grew up watching was Vanos, which is like the #1 person I used to like. Shout out to Vanos Gaming. He's one of the top few guys that I watched. I just took, from what I took from him, he plays the game for fun. He doesn't ever take it serious as some people can take it, and I think that brings out the best in a person when you don't have to take something serious and do this as your daily life. And I mean, he does other things outside of it, and I think it's pretty cool that he's able to do these type of things. And my second, my main man Dashi, bro, shout out to Dashi Games, bro. I mean, like, he's so funny. I take all of the funniness that I get, and I just look at how much he's so funny. He just says so much things that just remind me of myself, like, as I grew up watching him. I took more and more out of what he thinks. Sometimes he just said something so funny, and I just don't know how to put it into words, but it just made me laugh, and it got me through some tough times and sad days, and So I really took him, and his raging compilations are just on point. Like how many times he rages during the video game is so thing, and he's so scared of board games and things like that. But he's a all in all great YouTuber. I just love his videos.
How about you, Butler? What about you?
Alright, this is the part of the segment where I'm gonna sound like high as shit. Let me tell y'all something. So, my main man, Vanos right there, bro. Vanos is my dude. I'm pretty sure all of us here, we grew up watching him, bro. Fucking, this is the dude that inspired me mainly. I'm pretty sure, I want to say all of us to do YouTube. Because, I mean, the stuff this dude does on a daily, making videos, freaking making music, having other jobs and whatnot, dude. This is what I look up to as, like, a person I would, like, classify as a role model. And then my second one, this is coming from my Irish heritage, bruh. I gotta tell y'all something. Fucking Jacksepticeye.
Oh, get your bitch ass out of here with your Jacksepticeye looking ass. I hate you.
Top of the morning, laddies.
Top of the morning to y'all.
Alright. I'm completely different. I didn't start watching like online video gaming till high school. I would say high school. No, not even high school. 8th grade, because that's when I started watching Vanos. I watched a lot of like Smosh. I watched a lot of like I kind of did watch video games. I watched a lot of Sky does Minecraft. I was watching a lot of Minecraft stuff like Tobuscus. You guys haven't heard of Tobuscus, have you?
Yeah, I've heard of Tobuscus.
Yeah. I watched a lot of Tobuscus and a lot of his like literal trailers for games. I watched a lot of Chimney Swift and watching him play Happy Wheels. I didn't learn about Gary's mod until I watched Vanos. I mostly watched a lot of Minecraft because I was into Minecraft. I never really played it. I played it on an iPad. That's the first time I started playing Minecraft. Like it hit different back in the day. It hit different.
Same here.
It hit different. Playing that shit on an iPad hit different. I don't know why, but like that's just my opinion. If you can go back to a certain point of you guys' life that, well, no, not that kind of question.
That'll be on a different podcast, people.
Yeah, that will be a different podcast.
I say this podcast is more of just an introduction of ourselves. I think we should. Yeah. I think this podcast is just more to get to know who we are and what we're about, like how we run things, certain things around in our group, and just kind of talking about ourselves, kind of, and then we'll add more and more on when we get into more podcasts, Forestfox. But you know, like I think just building ourselves to around so like people know what we're about. I mean, we're just bored guys that love playing video games, YouTube, kind of like just a small group of like basically like a miniature Vanos gaming group, but without the high subs. We're like very low. We're trying to work our way up. Type ordeal.
Taking time.
Time is key. Time is all we have.
Exactly.
Time's not endless, you know, but time is very
valuable.
Yes, it is. It definitely is, and the things you want to do with in your life goes a long ways. But as more and more we continue getting different podcasts, I think we'll talk about different things and other things, upcoming things that we're working on, videos, you know, live broadcasts that we might be having that next following day, things like that. I think that would be great to save.
That's true. Well, this will possibly be the last question. I don't know. We'll see how we do for this last 20, 30 more minutes. We'll go San. We'll start with you. What video game do you see out right now that you would like to see have a great future, like newer games in the near future?
Like
It could be out right now. Like, give me what video games that are out right now, or that have came out before, that you want to see come out later in the future with the sequel or just a remastered version of that game.
That's a good question. So a game that I might see in the near future that needs to really bring back itself. Oh my goodness, this is one of my favorite games that I've loved. And don't get me wrong, might be some critics out there that might not like this game, but Def Jam just needs to come back out with a new fighting game.
Def Jam definitely needs to come back out, bro.
Def Jam really does need to come back out. It's the PS2 Def Jam Vendetta, Fight for New York, and Def Jam Vendetta. It's the original one. It made so much. It made a lot of different. It made a lot of different appeals to being almost either identical or better than the WWE video games that were out during the PS2 days. And I mean, people really took fond of Def Jam actually being able to turn over and be able to produce a video game that was so great. And the PS3 game kind of withdrawed itself. I mean, a lot of people stopped liking Def Jam because that game didn't pop off like they wanted it to. But I think if they made a remake version or a re-edited version of Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York for the PlayStation 4 or the upcoming PlayStation 5 that's coming out soon, stay tuned for that one. I think it would make a great it gives a lot of people comfort to know that there's a game that's coming out that they like, and for the people who might not like it, maybe take a second chance on it. You might not know if you'll still like it, but even if you don't like it, just try out the demo. I mean, they always release a demo before they release the actual game, so I think Def Jam will, if it can make a comeback, I think it will make a successful comeback, and people would love Def Jam.
I agree with you on that one. The Def Jam series did have like a special place in my heart growing up. I remember leaving school, getting home, finishing my homework, and then my friend who lived like 3 houses down when I did live in a different neighborhood, he had like his PS2, his Xbox, he had like a foosball table all in his garage. We would go over, play PS2. We specifically played Def Jam. Def Jam was just like, honestly, it was like a actual Street Fighter, but not the Street Fighter that we see. If you get what I mean, you guys get what I mean with that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like hood fighting. Like it's just you're a big prologue black dude ready to just box, bro. Like that's just crazy. Like
like Luke Cage, basically.
Yeah, like Luke Cage.
I think my favorite memory of Fight for New York was when I fought in the subway, and I kept throwing people off the train thing, and they usually get hit by the train, so it's an automatic win. So I remember like when I used to do that, like I just used to when I used to play like either the AI or when I played against a friend, I'd just keep throwing them over to the thing. Every time they got up, I'd throw them back in. So like it was a spam, but I mean, at the time as a kid, I thought it was pretty funny to do that. But I mean, now thinking about it, I think the funnest thing about it was the story mode. The story mode really brought a new level of like what a fighter / rapper had to go through in order to get to that stage.
Oh, Duck, get your bitch ass back over here. I'm drinking wine, getting drunk.
Oh no.
I kind of do. I would like to see it, honestly, Sam. I would like to see that come back. How about you, brother? I want to hear your thinking of a game, like your mind. What game would you like to see make a comeback in the near future?
Ooh. You know what? That's a really tough question. I'm glad you asked that. This is really tough for me. I haven't. Fuck. God damn it. Pardon my French, people. Sorry. Oh god, look at this drunk bastard over here.
Tub, sit down. This is like PG-15.
But please, people, do not drink.
Yeah, don't drink.
But you know, it's a tough one. I really I don't think I have anything at this time, man. I don't really know.
It's not big. It's not big. Dubs, how about you? If we will come back to you, by the way. Do you have a game, Dubs, that you'd like to see make a comeback or get better in the near future?
Well, games. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered Online. That's all.
Alright! Okay!
Straight into the point?
Go straight into the point. Straight to the point. Okay. We'll close out. I'll just say this. Game that needs to come back in the future. Everybody loves it. Everybody needs it. Everybody wants it. NCAA.
A what?
NCAA. Football.
Ooh, yeah.
NCAA
Yes.
football. Needs to come back. So wait, okay, so Dubs is the UK. Dubs is in the UK, I forget about that. So NCAA Dubs is basically college football. What they like back in like PS PlayStation 2, they always had like a college football game where you could make like your own character, play as all the college teams that are around like the United States. And it's basically just playing tackle football. It's basically in Madden, but for college teams.
Oh.
That's what NCAA.
I think I'm talking about NCAA.
Yeah, NCAA football.
Oh, okay, yeah. NCAA should definitely make a return. Though people do argue that if they did bring out more NCAA football games, Alabama would always be on #1. But that was not the case this year.
It wasn't. That's the thing.
Different. So this will bring a different era or prospect.
But the thing was with it. So even though Alabama was #1 every season, or not every season from the time it got cut off, they weren't worried. I wasn't worried about like the Alabama being #1. There was a bunch of other teams that I was selecting, a bunch of other colleges I was selecting to try to make #1.
Yeah, like UCF. UCF was #1 at one point.
Exactly.
It was, a year ago? UCF was trying to play Alabama for a bowl game, and obviously their request got denied. But I think that would have been a major point in the game because they were both undefeated, and they were both going to a bowl game, and UCF won it all, and so did Alabama. But I mean, that would have been a great matchup to go against because I think they would have been two top contenders going at it back and forth.
Most definitely, and like, I'm not worried about like the ranking in game. Like, I want to see better. I want to see like great graphics. I want to see like a new kind of gameplay, like the My Dynasty that they had. But like, I wasn't worried about that. I was more about like worried about like the cover athlete. Like they always have that one cover athlete.
Yes, but the problem is with having a cover athlete is other athletes might find it being very favoritism. Yeah, and I think the NCAA found that to be more harder to get that cover athlete. So what they should do instead of getting a cover athlete, put put something different, like maybe the logo of the NCAA. Just like do something different. Like don't put in a cover athlete because though you have to pay that cover athlete, that also shows favoritism for that thing. Or what they could do. Sorry, Dorian, I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was thinking about.
I think in the game, maybe they could put the quarterback. Because they always have either a quarterback. Or one year did they have a running back on the cover?
2 years they had a running back, and I think they had one receiver.
They had a running back. Yeah. So if they find a star running back, quarterback, or receiver that they find most like thing, but they have to win the major title bowl game, you know, like that, the most important bowl game. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have all of that, like all of the cover, like, or they should do like how they did Madden 25, be like do NCAA football 25, and then have like all like different types of quarterbacks on there, running backs, whatever, like showing different types of highlights from different games for the cover thing. And I think that would be probably better than just having one athlete, because then it shows all different types of athletes.
That sounds perfect. Honestly, that's like what they should do. To conclude it, what we're talking about, anybody have like anything that of topic? Any other questions? Like,
no, I think most of us are okay with what we said today. I think for the next podcast we'll talk about something more outside of just us, you know, talking about ourselves, because we got the introduction icebreaker out the way. So now we can start really talking about different upcoming video games and other sorts of topics, like
movies,
you know, like
Netflix series.
movies.
We'll talk about it all. To conclude this, we'll leave you with the four amigos words of wisdoms. Anybody else want to start it off? Anybody want to start off with the word? This is what we'll do. We'll end every podcast. But Dub, sit the hell down. Dub, sit down. Dub, sit down.
So like words of wisdom, you said?
Word.
Like something to keep.
Word of wisdom.
Just
Word.
like, oh,
one
okay.
word. One person is gonna.
Just
Each person is gonna give one word, and that's the wisdom.
So wisdom. You know what? A word that I think that for word of wisdom, not words, because words is multiple.
It's just one word, and we're making it wisdom. That's all we're doing. It's one word. We're throwing one word out there.
Respect.
Respect.
Just one word, Butler. Just say it with your heart.
Friend.
Respect.
Okay.
Friend. Dubs.
Love.
Love.
Dorian.
Chicken. Thank you guys for watching.
I knew it.
Wow.
Respect, friend, love, chicken. That's what we're gonna leave you guys with today. Thank you for coming. If you guys want to,
let me say one thing.
Go ahead, Dubs.
I just want to say one thing. Alright, so as you all know, the coronavirus is here. It's fucking here. But guys, just try and save lives, guys, just by staying at home. Help the NHS, the doctors. They're helping everyone who's got the virus. Just stay at home, guys. And
yeah, Dubs brings up the perfect thing. I wanna, as we conclude this, I want to thank Social Distancing for sponsoring this podcast. Social distancing is something that we're all working on here in the U.S., the UK, all over the globe, trying to keep ourselves
And just remember, there
virus
will be
free.
a link to the CDC website about the coronavirus, so that you and your family could be more aware about what what you could take precautions to when it comes to protecting yourself from this virus.
Try to stay virus free of all what is going on in this COVID-19 crisis. If you need more information, CDC will be in the link description below. If you want to check out their channels, they will be in the description below. But other than that, guys, it has been great honor to be here. This to my right is Butler 21_Chicago. This to my left is San_Gaming HD. And to the far left over there is OfficialArini. And I am Forestfox. We will see you guys in the next podcast. Maybe with a special guest. We don't know. Respect, friend, love, chicken. Peace out, guys.